baby!
Fate decided.
Let's get this party started.
Craven something scary.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
KillJoy Jake.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
Nightwatch Zone.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
The collective has spoken.
Yo, what's up? It's the Lethal Collective on Fridays. What's going on, guys?
What up? What up? How's it going, gentlemen?
All right, guys. Good to see ya.
Yeah. The day after Thanksgiving, and hopefully everyone had a good turkey day, enjoying it with their friends, family, or loved ones. And here we are on Friday. So for you guys in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Just to say a blanket hello to everyone. And then let's see. We also have Omni, Bobby Joe. What's going on? What's going on? Tori, Flash. Flash is in the chat. Russell, what's up, Russell? That sounded scary. What's going on? We got Wayne. All right. Tatum. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see. Who else? Gina's in the chat too. What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. And hey, look, here's KillJoy Jake. He's in the chat too.
Wow.
That guy.
That fucking guy.
He's a man of many appearances.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
We got Carrie. What's up, Carrie? Good to see you. Hope you're doing good.
No
and
one's for
Extron.
sure chicken nuggets.
Wow.
With you, Jake. Nobody.
Tori said she had some extra spicy chicken nuggets earlier she was going to share with me. So
She was
I
just trying to be
appreciate that.
She was just trying to be polite.
What's up, call fan? Trying to be polite. I love that. Me, myself in a movie and Horror Boys. All right. Good to see all you guys.
Hey, guys. Yeah. Glad y'all
And
here.
Carrie wants everyone to know that she likes blankets. Very plushy blankets.
I like turtles. That's what that reminded me of. That kid, the kid that gets interviewed, he's like, I like turtles.
Oh, God.
You don't remember that meme for like 3 years?
He's got like the
No.
zombie face paint
No,
on.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Jake's got it.
Oh, man. All right. Omni saying, Jake, congrats on the 3C film shout out.
Yeah, I was in his video. It blew me away. I was with Matt and we like played it back a couple times. It was very exciting. Very exciting stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome job.
Did it translate to anything? Did you get like a surge of subscribers or anything?
I hit 14,000 subscribers because of it, actually. It's funny
Nice.
that you say that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
Thanks, guys.
congrats, man.
Thank you,
Big
thank
time. Big time. There's no stopping you now, brother.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get back to. I have just not had any time to make videos or anything these past couple of weeks. So I'm excited to get back to it in December. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you.
It's okay. People don't miss it.
Yeah,
Happy Thanksgiving. I am thankful for you, Jake. I am so
Everyone's like,
thankful.
oh God, I get a break from the everyday Scream updates. Jeez.
Thank God.
Oh, we're just getting started.
I know, dude. I can't keep up. There's so much stuff
I know.
still need to talk about.
Oh, dude. I'm still working on the video. I'm in the middle of recording a video now about the shotgun picture. I didn't got a chance to get that out yet. And that's
Right?
2 days ago. I'm
And
still
that's the
working
type
on
of
that
stuff
video.
I'm talking about, man. That's the type of stuff I want to see. Some stuff that is like, what?
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
I'm saying.
So how do we thank you to everyone who's thanking me for the 14Ks, by the way. I appreciate that. Another thing I wanted to say was, do we kind of want to start talking about that a little bit, that picture? I know we want to dedicate this stream to the remakes versus originals, but if we want to go around, kind of give our thoughts on that, I think that might be interesting.
Well, I think, like I was just saying, I think it totally got me jacked. I was like, that is so awesome. Like, I really want to see something that will kind of just blow our minds, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I mean, and that's what we've been wanting. We've been wanting some different vibes, some different methods of killing. We want it to be kind of bonkers crazy because we're obviously in New York. And I think, look, all I can say is it helps me to feel like they're going to go down the right path, because we had been talking about, will they have missed opportunities? Will they actually cash in on this amazing situation that they're going to put themselves into and put Ghostface and these victims into? And it looks as though, at least for right now, it looks like they're going down the right road. So I'm really excited. When I saw that, I was like, damn straight. I got to admit, when I said I wanted to see some different methods of killing and, you know, a different way for Ghostface to like strike and so forth, I wasn't necessarily thinking about a shotgun. So that is cool. That is really cool. So that's what I think.
I actually like the idea. I know like a lot of people are like split on it, it looks like, but it's like, have people not watched Scream? Like Scream has always had guns, right? I mean, it's just,
Right.
I guess like people, because he's in the costume. Is that why people are like, no? Like I see so many people like really upset over like Ghostface using the shotgun. Do I want him running around the whole movie just blasting people? No.
No.
But you know, give me a kill or two with like shotgun Ghostface. I'm all for it. I would love it.
Yeah.
I'd be all for it. I'd be all for you know, just like a nice little like kill or two. I mean, we've talked about it here before. Like, let's get off poking people a little bit. Like, you know, we all like a good pig in a poke, but like sometimes
Yes,
you
we
need
do.
You know, nothing. You know,
Wow.
but every once in a while, you know, let's get a creative kill or two. It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
Hey, Sarah. That's too funny. How about you, Stephen?
I personally do not think it's his weapon at all. I think he's in a convenience store, glorified little bodega, and so you know, shop owners. We're talking about New York too. I don't live in New York, of course, so I can't say like I know, but I know how things go in Texas. And I'll tell you what, man, we believe in defending our property, and so not to be a stereotypical thing, but it's true. So I honestly don't think that's even his gun. I think what's going to happen is he's going to try to, or the owner of the shop is going to see him killing people, eliminating people in the store. The owner's going to grab his shotgun, and something's going to transpire where Ghostface grabs it from the shop owner, and that's who he's pointing it at now behind the counter. And he may or may not use it. I could see him using it once. Boom, you know, and then he just drops the gun and walks out. I don't think it's his gun.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, even in the video I
Yeah.
made, I said I don't believe he's like running around chasing people with the shotgun.
No.
I think
exactly.
he gets it. I said I think he gets it at some point, whether he gets it like outside of the store, you know, somebody tries to defend themselves, or he gets it in the store. So yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's like
Yeah.
Ghostface just reaches under his robe and pulls out
Right.
his gat. He's just like,
Right.
John Wick here all of a sudden.
Two shotguns.
Right.
Yeah, right. I just don't see it.
I agree
What's
with
your
all
favorite
with all you
scary
guys
movie?
pretty much. I like my initial thoughts on it was, I was just like, man, Ghostface just shooting everybody. I don't know if I would be down for that. But like one kill, I'm like,
Right.
okay, hey, that would be sick. I would love that. I want something different too. That's my other thing. So like, if they're gonna take us down that route, let's do it. I just think like, if you get like, what if you were to give like Jason or Michael Myers a gun? You know, wouldn't that be kind of boring? That was like my initial thoughts, I think, which is why I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. But if it's for one kill, I'm all for it. Like, is how I feel about it. If it's like he steals it from somebody, kills the shop owner or something, that could be really shocking, and that could be cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. And real quick too, because we've got some super chats, but I do want to say one thing, and Extron said it in the chat, saying, you know, if people complain about the picture, you know, a lot of fans have been wanting, you know, something that was, you know, kind of new and have some variety and so forth. So I'm all for it, you know. Now, like you guys said, I don't want this to be like friggin' Death Wish or anything. Like he's just going around with a shotgun, but you know, for a kill or even two, I think it's pretty darn cool. So, real quick, Lighting Ghosts, the myth, the legend, is coming in with a $5 super chat saying, I've been thinking whose robe is in the shotgun pick, maybe Roman, because he got shot up, or Amber, aka Stu, when Dewey shot up Ghostface in 5. Ooh, I didn't even really think about that.
And
That
you know
is
what else?
interesting.
It is interesting, and and I was gonna say what's more interesting to me in that image, more than the shotgun, is the costume and the mask because that is not a current issued Scream 6 mask. And one thing in the video it's from the museum. And so what I'm doing in this video I'm working on, why it's taking me so long, is I'm taking screen grabs from all 5 Scream films, and I'm doing mask comparisons of each film to the current mask, to the mask in the video or in the image, to try and do a little sleuthing to see if we know which Scream Ghostface that mask belongs to or not. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I have a theory.
Very cool. Very cool. And Lighting Ghost, thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate that. Seriously.
Yes, much appreciated.
And also, Denisha's coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Denisha. Appreciate that so much. Saying, hey, everyone, Stu Train, y'all, Scream 6, let's go.
Get it up.
Right? Very, very
Get it
cool.
up, baby.
Very cool. And let's see, I want to catch up. I know I was a little bit behind on the live chat here too, but we got Katie has jumped into the chat. What's going on, Katie?
Hey, Katie.
All right. Saying hi. All right. Cole Pond saying Michael Myers used a shotgun dismissively in Halloween 4, right?
That's true. He did.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's so true, man. Let's see. I love that. Gerald's in the chat. What's going on? Saying these new images are making me feel so much better. At least we know it's not a rehash of Scream 2.
That's a great point.
So far.
So far, I mean, yeah, it could still be 60% or Scream 2. We won't know. We really won't know for sure till we see the movie. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I do like the images, but it's a little early. It's a little early in the game.
We know that the nuances are going to be different at this point. I think is the big thing.
Yeah.
It's the plot that I'm still not sure about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Are they going to follow this similar suit? So all the images and everything that are coming out are coming from Universal. What is it? Universal Horror, Uni Horror.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that Clips? Is that Clips 2.0? Or what?
Maybe it's his alter ego.
It's Clips with the real information. No, but on a serious though, I wonder if because I said this in the video I posted today because they showed it looks like the official title will be Scream with the V and the I. Was released. That image was released today, and something that I think is important for people. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if that's actually the studio, like releasing this stuff because it is marketing. It is a ploy. Nothing that's been released has been like huge. Like it's all like just promotional stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's not like clips and images. And we know in Scream 5 they had guys that created Reddit accounts and stuff. And studios, we know, like Disney does it all the time too, where they'll like pay influencers and stuff to like market and promote and create accounts and do all that stuff. So I wonder if it's I wonder if the Universal Horror is like the studio's like way of like putting out information, because look, anytime that there's a leak, that's going to get a lot more attention than like just an image, because it's taboo. It's, oh no, you're not supposed to do that. Like, so that's why studios do that stuff. And I just think the stuff that has been put out has been very curious. It's a lot of stuff that like people have directly asked for almost. Like a lot of the questions going around have been like, what is this going to be titled? Is it the title? Like, boom, well, all of a sudden drop the official title. Like, like people want change. They want something different. They want a kill that's not just that, well, here's a shotgun of Ghostface. Well, is Kirby and the core 4 character, are they going to have scenes together? Are they going to do this for? Well, here's a picture of everybody together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's just funny. It could just be some insider that's in there, but you'd be surprised how often they are like they have the okay from the studio, because they're getting the images from somewhere. So, and this is like, and the image that was released today looked like it was directly from the trailer. So that means it's got to be somebody that's working on it or doing that. And, and that's probably only a handful of people.
I just now saw the image where it says New York, new rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. That's so cheesy, dude.
That sounds like
so cheesy.
That sounds exactly
really
like
though.
100%.
New York.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, this is legit. I was like,
Cut, Casper. That's a wrap. Come on, like it totally works.
Oh, dude.
What else?
I'll let it
There's
grow on me.
100. There's like 100 cheesy lines from this franchise, but I love it.
true.
I don't know.
That
That's
is-
the.
I mean, I'm
I
not
do
saying
too.
like I hate it. It's just like that's the first time I saw it, and it just kind of caught off guard.
You gotta
Like,
let
oh,
it soak in.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I
What
was
was
with the
Scream
shotgun
5?
picture. I'll be honest. I was like,
Yeah.
wow,
Of
that's
course. I was
weird,
like,
but
wow.
okay, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't it look so weird? It just didn't look
It did.
right.
Right.
You know? And I
Yeah.
had to look at it a couple times and be like, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, we're in New York, you know.
I'm really glad that's the reaction though, because I put out a tweet right after that, and I'm like, I'm really glad the immediate reaction wasn't just like, oh, cool, Ghostface with the shotgun. You know, there was some
Right.
hesitation. I'm glad that's the case because we have an entire sequence in Red Right Hand that is kind of built on that. Like it's kind of built on the idea that, like it's showing you Ghostface using a different weapon. If you've seen the trailer, you probably already know what that is. But I was glad that was it wasn't just an immediate like, yes, Ghostface can use a shotgun. I'm glad there was a bit
Right.
of a divide there, just because there's a whole scene in Red Right Hand kind of talking about that.
Well, and it
Like you
also
said,
shows
Ghostface
that
would never
how
use
the
a
history.
chainsaw.
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
What? Ghostface would never do that. What?
Well, never. Hey, real quick too in the chat, Carrie was asking, do we get in trouble for typing that word? As far as I know, you don't. I don't know if you guys have experienced
I
don't
put
think
that.
so.
shotgun in
Bill.
the title of the video, and it did fine.
It's
It
the.
ain't-
I mean, it's
the
on
pictures.
thumbnails all over the place.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, like we
I-
watched a movie.
I had it-
I'm
I had it
shocked.
in my
We watched a
thumbnail.
movie. He's got it on his thumbnail right now. I was like,
oh,
what?
I was scared to
I
do
got
that.
it.
Yeah, because like,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, YouTube will take down anything with a gun.
Right?
Is my
I'm painting
typical
mine out. I
experience.
went to Microsoft Paint, and I just painted over the gun, so it's just like this long yellow beam coming out of his hand like a lightsaber.
There you go. I love it. I love it.
Hey, by the way,
Uh,
Fate. Sorry, Nat, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's
I was just gonna. Fate. You mentioned earlier about how the studios do these fake accounts and stuff, and they like pay people to leak and market. What I want to know is why haven't the studios contacted the four of us? And then I realized we're doing it for free because we're the idiots
why would
doing
they
it for
pay us?
free. That's why they're not. We don't got to pay these people. They're doing it for nothing.
They're
Oh,
already
yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're already doing it,
Exactly.
dude.
Hey, I would do it for free if they gave us some exclusive stuff. Like they wouldn't even have to pay me. Like
How about
just
early
like if they-
screening?
or
Well,
even
there
that.
you go.
Even that.
Yes.
But my only thinking is like if I get early, like if they gave me like if they sent me like exclusive images that no one else has, like then I could share them, and I'm the only place to have it. Like just to grow your audience, I'd be thinking of it as like a long term play. Like yeah, like I could be the go-to source. Like follow me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, and Becky's in the chat too saying, what's up with Kirby's wig? Laugh out loud. Why?
It doesn't look. Maybe
I'll-
I'm the only person who
Go ahead.
feels this way, but it doesn't look that bad. I'm seeing a lot of people complain. I was like, it's
I didn't think it looked
fine.
bad. I thought shit was
Yeah.
fine.
Hey,
They-
it's Hayden, so
I'm just happy to see it. Right? I'm just happy to see Kirby on screen. I'm like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. Kirby's back.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, man. And speaking of Kirby, Kirby is in the chat saying, hello, everyone. I just subscribed and liked your stream.
Holy
Woohoo!
crap!
Kirby,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
No way.
Much
Celebrity.
appreciated. Thank you
We
so
like
much.
your
Thank you
hair.
so much. And don't forget,
I do.
Kirby. Kirby, we love you no matter what, just as long as you're in the movie. Don't forget, Kirby, if you've not subscribed to our individual channels, maybe you came across today on a recommended thing on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the four of us because, we're like Voltron. We come together as one on Voltron stream on our Lethal Collective. But
Everyone.
on every other day but Friday and Monday, we're like the Voltron Lions, the Tigers. We're on our own channels, hopping around and lurking. And then we come together and form
Lord.
Voltron here.
Woo, that was good, man. You almost had me spit out my song. That was good.
I saw that, dude. I'm like, oh no.
No, that was good.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Kirby. That was good, man. All right. So, guys, also now on Monday, for you guys that were with us on Monday, which if you weren't, why weren't you? No, I'm just joking. But we started to talk about, some fun things concerning remakes. Their
Night,
validity.
real quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
Yeah,
Cody,
you did.
Cody, of course I did. Actually, quiet night. No, no. Cody sent $1 for. He said we need Flavor Flav in Scream. It's fitting. LOL. First
Really?
off, that's NRU Cody. By the way, first off, Cody, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I would love Flavor Flav like as a cameo with the big clock with like a ghost face on it. That'd be great.
Oh man,
Oh man.
Oh man.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Flavor Flav.
No, don't do that, man. Come on, man. And Kirby saying, I'm in the channel. Yes, I love you. You four are incredible. Thank you so much. We appreciate
You're
that.
incredible, Kirby.
Absolutely. Carrie says we better turn into Power Rangers. Laugh out loud. Okay.
We do.
All
Or
right,
Captain Planet or something like that. you
Green.
know?
We all hold our favorite horror movie up into the sky and just scream, and then it happens.
Wow.
We all got to do it at the same time, or it doesn't work though.
Oh,
Thank you. Just subscribe to all your channels. Much love. Thank you
There
so
we
much.
go.
We
Thank
appreciate it so
you.
much. Seriously.
awesome.
Yeah. Nathaniel's in the chat too saying, hey fellas, always exciting when you're all together chirping some Scream talk. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny too, and I do want to say this before we get into the movie stuff. I went back to an old video for the fun of it. I can't even remember how old it was, but we were talking about Scream 5. It was a fun. I only watched like maybe 15 minutes of it because I was just doing some projects. It was a fun stream, man. It was really, really
Aw.
cool. I just want to say that, like, you know, we do have a lot of fun with these discussions, and even watching some of the older ones that we did. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, anyways, all right. So we were talking about remakes, the validity of remakes, and some of the different comparisons of originals versus remakes. Just to start the conversation off a little bit, and then I guess we can kind of maybe go around, starting with you, Jake, and then Stephen and Tyler. Ernie Bird had come into the chat and said that Child's Play 2019 is better than the original Child's Play from 1988.
Oh,
That's interesting. That is very interesting.
I'd like to say you gotta argue that, or I almost called you Colonel Ernie. Wow,
Colonel.
I read that as Colonel Bird for some reason. I gotta get
Reading
some
is
sleep.
hard.
What the fuck,
Reading is
man?
hard.
I think I broke Night. I can't even finish my thought. Child's Play 2019 has some great kills. I will say that. And it's got some awesome kills. But man, I don't know. Brad Dourif is Chucky and all that. It's such a good reveal. I want to hear the argument. I want to hear what your big factor for why you like the remake better. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that too. Stephen, do you have any thoughts on that, like the Child's Play movies versus each other? I can't talk either, Jake.
Man, well, this Child's Play franchise is one I'm a little behind on, and it's one I've been wanting. I remember I was wanting to catch up on because I only seen the first, I think, 3, so I have not seen the remake.
What?
I've
You
only
haven't seen
seen the
Bride
first
of
3.
Chucky?
Well, that's the last one I saw.
Oh,
Bride of
okay,
Chucky.
okay.
That's a lot. Whatever that one was. I haven't seen anything after Bride.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
I had. I don't know.
What's left of that? It's what? Seed of Chucky,
Seed of
and then
Chucky.
Cult of Chucky,
Cult.
and then the remake, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'm missing 3.
Yeah.
So have you seen the one where they're at the military camp, like Child's Play 3?
Yeah, 3.
Remember, that doesn't ring any bells, man.
Oh, so
I
a
think
lot.
I've seen it, but I don't know that I have.
I'm gonna say
Thought
a
I
lot of
had.
people don't like 3. Like I feel like a lot of people don't like it, but
Hmm.
I would say it's worth a watch. I
Okay.
dig it. I think it's interesting. It's
Well,
not
I
great,
have a
but it's
I have a
interesting.
bias. I have a bias to 3 because 3 is the one that my like high school sweetheart, her uncle was the boy in it. So I have like
What?
a direct connection.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I remember you
Oh.
saying
Yeah, I
that.
remember I was telling you guys about that.
Yeah.
So I have I have a bias towards Scream 3 because like I grew up with that, like the guy and stuff, and I got to like hear all the stories and stuff. So that was cool.
Fun.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. Well, I think some people have issues with 3 because it was not at the same level of 2. 2 is a great
Yeah.
movie, and definitely one of the better sequels, horror sequels. I mean, 2 is just amazing. So I think that's part of it. But what about you, Faye? What do you think about the comparison between the two?
Child's Play 2019. I mean, it was different, but it's nowhere near the original. I mean, it's just it was. I mean, it was different. It was unique. It did have some great kills, but all in all, I didn't think it was a very good movie in general.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, I can't put it anywhere near the originals. Yeah, and look, and this is somebody that really likes Aubrey Plaza because she's just like, I don't know, it's just something about her. Like everything I say, I just think she's just like that, like wild, kooky. Anybody that's like, I want to be the slut girl in a movie just so I can sleep with Robert De Niro is like my favorite woman ever. Like that was literally her. That was literally her quote. I swear, that's literally her quote for why she was in the movie Bad Grandpa or whatever, or Naughty Grandpa or whatever. The only reason she took Dirty Grandpa. The only reason she took the role was because she said that she wanted to play the character that slept with Robert De Niro. She wanted to play the slutty girl that slept with Roddy. That is great. I love that girl. That girl's my hero. She's doing big things. But no, in general,
Apparently.
at a serious note, yeah, it's not as good.
Well, I have to pretty much echo what you said. I think that the original is a really good movie, man. And I just had rewatched it a couple months ago when we did it for Slasher Movie Club, and I hadn't seen it for a few years, before then. And I was like, man, I almost forgot how good of a movie this was. It was really, really, it was good, and arguably 2 was even better. But I definitely hold both of those above the remake, way above the remake. So yeah, absolutely.
What's a horror movie that you think better than the original? Like I think you can make an argument like the Amityville with Ryan Reynolds. I put that up there as one of the better remakes.
It's a good remake. Yeah, it's good, but I don't and I have a bias to Margot Kidder. So I'm just going to be honest and throw that out there. But also the atmosphere of the original. It just, I don't know, man. It's a creepy damn movie. It still is creepy to me,
I do really like the original Amityville. That's tough. I haven't seen the Ryan Reynolds one in so long. I don't think I could even elaborate on that movie. It's been such a, like, I saw that as a kid, like when it came out, basically. So unfortunately I have no frame of reference. I'll have to rewatch that because I remember it. I just don't. Man, it's been a minute.
I think that's
a good remake.
What about what would be a good one? Is what about Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah, I was about to say Dawn of the Dead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say for a modernized version, I think it stands ahead. For the impact of what the original one did, and just like the starting like the horror, the zombie genre, and doing so much for horror. It's one of those things. Like I don't think you could touch the original, but I think that's about as close to like a quality remake as it gets.
I mean, yeah, I really do enjoy the remake. I think there was a certain style that Zach uses in any of his films, and especially in that one, that worked pretty good. Of course, the running zombies, like as soon as I saw that, I was just like, what the hell's going on? Of course, we saw that in 28 Days Later as well, but they were infected, same damn thing. But having the zombies run, it was a different level of intensity. But I would also argue that the way that Romero did it, the older style with the kind of, just shambling along, it was almost like there was this fear that was like prolonged. It's like, okay, I can get away from these guys, but then, okay, it's 10 of them. Well, now it's 50. Well, now it's 100. Now it's 300. So it's a numbers game. It's almost like the inevitable type of situation that's probably going to happen to you. So it's a different type of fear is what I'm trying to say. But the Dawn of the Dead remake, I think, is pretty good. What do you guys think?
I 100% agree about the remake versus the original Night. I like the remake a lot, and I think it's definitely one of the better executed remakes for like an old school horror film. But that original, man, I will always pick slow zombies over fast zombies all day. Like I just feel like there's so much more tension building you can do with slow zombies versus fast zombies, and I like that impending doom, like basically, because like yeah, you may see one coming at you, you may be able to take care of that, but when they group up and you get a horde, you're completely fucked, and it's way scarier than if like 3 running zombies were coming at you. I would argue. So I do like the original more, but the Zack Snyder one is really good though too. They're both so good. It would have to come down to like little tiny details of which one I like more, honestly, because they're both very well executed.
Good point. Good point. What do you think, Stephen? Do you have a preference of the Dawn of the Deads?
I have to go with the original. There's just something about the atmosphere, the look of it, and I guess some nostalgia as well, because that movie terrified the pants off of me when I was a kid, and it really was disturbing watching them rip out these intestines, and it was just a very disturbing imagery. I'll never forget it when I was a kid. So I have to go with the original, man. It's just 9 out of 10 times I'm always going to pick the original, usually anyway.
Right.
Not to say some remakes aren't good, because they are, but yeah, it's just I go with the original Dawn of the Dead, man.
Right. Well,
creepy.
And I think Fate, you were saying, but I can tell you at least 3 or 4 remakes that I do think outdid the originals. But before I do that, Gerald was saying Dawn of the, and this is a great point too that I had forgotten. Dawn of the Dead 2004 is greater than the original because of the opening scene. Now, I will say the opening scene of the remake was fantastic, and I remember, I think that was released ahead of the movie, if I remember correctly. Not the whole thing, but you kind of got a vibe that, you know, how it was gonna, you know, show the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. But the thing about that opening is that it had that tension. It drew tension out. It wasn't a bunch of zombies running at you. You know what I'm saying? The husband, when he got bit, that was near the end when he kind of, you know, ran and God, I can't remember her name. Was it Melissa George? I can't remember, but she ran into the bathroom and shut the door. But to me, what was effective about it was everything. I mean, the whole scene was great, but all that happened before he even ran at her was amazing. And that was the tension, which is, of course, what the older movies have in spades, you know. So, but again, the opening for the remake was fantastic. It was great.
That's another thing that the remake has over the original. I feel like the remake is way scarier. Like I love the original, but the remake like just blows that out of the water in that specific department, I would say. So that's why it's really tough for me to just kind of pick one, because they both have really strong attributes to them depending on your mood, like what you want. Do I want a really scary zombie movie or a little more of a campy one? You know, what am I in the mood for tonight?
Yeah. True enough. Chris is in the chat saying, "What's up, y'all? How was your Thanksgiving?" It was good.
What's up?
It was good.
What about like Suspiria? I know a lot of people really like the 2018 remake.
It is good. Mia Goth in there.
Yeah.
Another Mia Goth movie people don't talk about enough, I would say.
That's true. It was good. Weird as hell, but of course the original is too.
Yeah, I mean they're both,
but weird in a different way.
Yeah,
you know, I haven't seen the remake in a while, but I do remember watching it that I was intrigued, you know, to keep watching, even though it's a big departure from the original, like a huge departure. Most of these movies we're talking about, they're kind of in that same lane with the original. But to me, the Suspiria remake was like, other than the fact that it dealt with, you know, witches and stuff, it was like, whoo, it's a big departure. And it was, you know, good for that in its own way. But that's a good one. I had almost forgotten about that.
Yeah, it was just one that popped into my head.
That's one I can definitively say I do like the original better, though. Like I do like the remake, but I don't know, they kind of lose all the like the giallo and the colors and stuff in the remake. It's a very different movie. Tilda Swinton in a dual role is very impressive. I will say that.
Absolutely.
But man, that original movie. I mean, that's just one of my favorite Argento films, so it's kind of tough. Kind of tough.
You're all right, Jake. You're all right. Let's see. Extron saying that Rob Zombie's Halloween is greater than the 78 Halloween. That is one that's whoa.
Ugh, that almost made me want to throw up. Sorry, give me a bucket. Apologize. I'm gonna take a drink on that.
That's one that's been debated for quite a long time. So
Has it though?
we'll go the other way out. Well, I mean, just people talking about it since it came out, because they always compare
Oh yeah, yeah.
remakes to original. Fade, I'll start with you, and then we'll hopefully be able to give Steven a minute to collect himself.
Mm.
What do you think, Fade?
It's definitely not better than the original, but it did have some good attributes to it. It was more modernized. It was more busy, I guess. Like, because I can understand, like, especially with like younger audiences and stuff like that, seeing the classic 78, and it is very like slow, methodical. It's not like there's not a lot of action and just like, just there's not a lot going on. Where like the Rob Zombie one, you got like more kills, you got more blood, it's more modernized. It's a more modernized version. So I can see the debate. I can't get behind it. I just think the original, and I mean, I don't hate the Rob Zombie ones as much as Craven does, but I don't think they're great. Like they're probably like much towards the bottom of the list. The only ones that I think are ahead of Rob Zombie's Halloweens are like Resurrection, Ends, and maybe Kills. Kills is pretty bad, but anyway.
All right, Steven, how about you?
We're talking about Zombie. Oh, yeah. I pretty much just feed those to my dogs for dinner. I have enough. I have nothing to do with those two movies. I think they're horrible. I don't watch them. I don't even recognize them at all until we talk about them like this. So, those movies are left unseen, in my opinion. The first one,
Man.
the first Zombie. Okay, The Mask was better. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Like they did good in The Mask, so that was a plus over what we saw in some of the films right before it. I'll give them that. But you guys know my issues with zombies. It boils down to two real things. The first is it humanizes Michael way too much. And I knew we was in trouble when I'm starting to feel bad for this kid. Like, this is the shape. I'm not supposed to feel this is Satan incarnate, evil, the blackest eyes. I mean, I don't want that in my Michael Myers. I don't want to sympathize with him. I want to be terrified of the dude. So he way went overboard humanizing him as a kid, all the raising up stuff. And then the zombie trash. Zombie has a trash level, and some people love it, and I'm okay with that. I just don't. So you mix in the zombie trash sauce all over it, and then humanize Myers, and I got no part of that. And Halloween 2, somebody lost a bet on that movie to get made. Somebody lost a bet because that thing there they should burn it. I want nothing to do with it. So that's where my feelings on Rob Zombies for Halloween. Not the right director for the franchise, just not the right tone. It doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. It's square hole, round peg. That's all.
All right.
Craven has spoken.
There it is.
I'll just go take me and my DVD of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 into my disgusting little corner of filth.
You do that, my friend.
We'll live
Bro,
together.
I support you, man. I support you in that.
I'll spit on you.
I am now I'm a big Rob Zombie Halloween 2 guy now, unfortunately. I never thought I would cross over to the dark side, but but specifically the first one, I can't get behind. I love the brutality, like that's great, but if you don't give me a moment to breathe, which that movie does not, I can't get into it.
Yeah.
Like it gets to a point where I'm an hour into that movie and I am just like, I can't. This is sensory overload. Like, you already showed me the most brutal, crazy shit that I could ever imagine, and you're still going. You know, it's like you got to be able to pace your you got to be able to pace your like gore and brutality in a way where you can't just give me the craziest thing right at the get-go. You know what I mean? And I feel like that movie is at fault for that specifically. That's my big thing about it. Like, I think if they would have given us some nice little character moments, which unfortunately that movie does not, every character is just a jerk.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd be more into it, but because it's like describing it on paper, it's one of those movies where like I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking in, but then I don't know. Every time I watch it, I can't get into it. I wish I could.
Right. Well, let me just say, and by the way, what's going on, Ethan? Good to see you. I mean, you guys said a lot of it too, and interestingly enough, this Sunday we will be having our Sins edition for Halloween, for Rob Zombie's Halloween, and yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, we were all over that. But one of the biggest issues I have too is the way that they humanized Michael, and it was weird because they humanized him, but they also made him. I mean, Tyler Mane is 7'2" or whatever, so it's like, okay, dude, like he should be able to kill most everyone. And the way that it was shot, the cinematography, there was a lot of shaky cam going on. And it was like, you know, what's going on? So the whole vibe of the Michael Myers mythology was changed, and I understand why. I understand, you know, Rob Zombie was in a situation you either damned if you do, or damned if you don't, right? So he kind of cut it down the middle, took half of the movie and talked about, you know, younger Michael and all of that process at Smith's Grove, and then he kind of did his own little soft remake of 78. So I get it, you know, trying to do it that way. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's better than 78. Because again, like you were saying too, Jake, everything's happening like boom, 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 boom. And I did not give two shits for Laurie or for Linda or even for Danielle playing Annie. The only reason I cared about Annie was because it was Danielle. That's the only reason why. Yeah. And so, you know, it was a total 180 from the 78 movie. So yeah, I definitely think the 78 version still has it over Rob Zombie's. So, and let me just catch up to the chat a little bit too. I know you guys are coming up with some of your ideas too, and we'll get to some of them, but we will not get to them all. I can guarantee you that. Carrie was saying my top 3 remakes: 13 Ghosts, The Haunting, and TCM 2003. Some pretty good movies. Okay. I enjoy all of them. Yeah. I enjoy all of them. But I'll tell you guys what I think are 3 or 4 of the best remakes that are actually even better than the original. The Fly, The Thing, The Blob from 1988, and from 1978, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Ooh. And I think all 4 of those movies. And the funny thing is, the originals are all good movies. You know, they were made in the 50s and the 60s or whatever. They're all good. Or at least for me, I enjoy them because I saw them when I was really little, you know, at my grandmother's house because she likes old movies. But the remakes, to me, they all trump the originals. So just to throw that out there at you guys.
100% agree.
Did I see that you just got the Fly collection from Scream Factory, by the way?
Yeah, baby.
Dude.
Oh my God.
I'm jealous. I love it.
Dude.
You know, and it's funny too because I love those movies, even the old school movies. And, you know, I'm a huge Vincent Price fan. And, you know, I saw those movies when I was little, you know, at my grandmother's house. And so they mean a lot to me. But interestingly enough, The Fly, David Cronenberg's The Fly, that was a very important movie as I got a little bit older. You know, I was maybe around 11 or whatever, because I watched those movies with my mom. You know, me and my brother and my mom. So they'll always hold a special place. But they were really good, especially that one. The body horror in it, the practical effects, Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. Hello. I mean, jeez, it's just crazy.
Jeff Goldblum was fantastic in that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was. He really, really was.
Man. You know, there's a scene.
That guy's arm too.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
There's so many scenes. Like the one I remember when I saw it whenever I was, you know, 12, 13, 14, whatever. And I will never forget when he's in the bathroom and he's sitting there and his fingernails are coming off. I'm like, I just was like, I couldn't handle it. It was so intense. And I will never forget. I mean, we could spoil it, right? I mean, seriously, this movie's friggin' 30 years old. So it broke my heart. You know, that's the weirdest thing. The Fly is a movie for me that like breaks my heart. At the same time, it grosses me out. It's like I feel so bad for him. And that final scene when the transformation is like 98% or whatever. And she comes, Gina, I think he comes in with the gun, if I remember right. And he says, eliminate me. You know, he says the K word, right? Remember that? Something like,
he lifts the gun to him.
Okay. Okay. But she does it though, right?
Yes.
Or does he, yeah, she did. I remember. And he basically said something like, eliminate me. If I remember that. I may be messing it up. It's been a long time. But I thought he made something to basically say to her, please, like, stop this. Don't let me end this, please. Anyways, it broke my heart just remembering that little sequence.
Well,
that's
what was
a powerful
even more
movie.
Heartbreaking. It's a romance.
Yes.
You know, it's a love story. But what's even more shattering than what you just said to me, Stephen, is the way Gina Davis screams. Like it's one of those, like, I can't even imitate it, but it is just listening to it. It's devastating because she loved him. You know, she loved him. Carrie says she hasn't seen The Fly. Carrie, you have homework.
What?
You gotta go watch. That's a classic.
Wow.
So good.
That one of the greatest remake. It's one of the greatest horror movies of all time. It's a great horror movie from the 80s, and it's one of the best remakes ever. It really is.
House of Wax.
House of Wax is
Lightning Ghost said House of Wax is a good one. Is that you know what, that the remake might be better than that might be one that's better than the real.
It could be
that one, and you could even say My Bloody Valentine. The one with Jensen Ackles, that was better than the original.
Is it better though?
That is arguable.
It's better than the original.
Interesting. I thought it was good.
Dude, the effects are so bad in that movie, though. That's they're rough
because they tried to do the 3D thing rather than just making it a movie, and it was at the time when like the 3D wasn't like what it is today. If they would have just made it a normal movie, but if you get past like some of the effects and like because some of the things are like purposely, you know, like the axe gets
coming right at
the
you.
3D glasses. Like if you get past that, you just watch. Like it is. I think it's a better movie. I think it's better.
That's my same argument with Friday the 13th Part 3. I'm like, it's a good movie. Just ignore the clearly fake head with the eyeball coming out and the spring that you can see and all that.
Right.
Just ignore that. It's good.
Ignore it. It happens. Lightning Ghost also with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much.
Hey.
We appreciate it. Talking about Evil Dead, Friday 2009, Black Christmas remake. They're all good.
Yeah.
To me.
Which Black Christmas remake? I'm curious.
That's a good question. Which one? I'm pretty sure we're. I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page on that.
Not
I know which one it's not.
I can tell you. Exactly. See, here's my thing about it. I think that it is a good point, but to me, both of those movies are two almost separate movies. Like the original is more storytelling and more true to the book. The remake is more about the blood and shock value and just a little like they're two completely different versions of the story in many ways. Like because like if you watch the original's great, but it's not like the remakes are so like from the jump, it's like, you know, kid getting his arm ripped off. Like it's just crazy, right? But the original was more about the storytelling and the backstory and sticking true to the actual book or novel or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know. I like both for its own thing. I like the just craziness that the remakes did, and I thought that they were really good remakes. I really enjoyed it. But like I really loved the original. I just thought the storytelling was just so well done, and the way that they pieced it all together, and like, you know, from the flashbacks to the, you know, all of that stuff. I don't know. I think to me it feels like they're two completely different movies almost.
I feel
I can
that.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. And we also have a $5 super chat from Hollywood Guy. Thank you so much. We appreciate you saying hello, gang. Which ones did you guys like? The original TCM or all the remakes? Oh, and when are we going to have a Wolfman sequel?
Right?
Ooh, yeah, the Wolfman sequel would be. Well, yeah, don't get me going on that, man. I'm telling you. Oh, they did Rick Baker so dirty on the Wolfman. I'm telling you, because he was ready to do practical effects. He wanted to trump what he did in American Werewolf in London, and had everything pretty much set up. The studio was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." And then, what happens a lot of times, the studio kind of cut in and said, "No, we're gonna add some CGI to it and so forth." So it kind of was like, "Oh man," but I do like the movie.
The 2010 one you're talking about.
Yeah, with Anthony Hopkins and Benicio del Toro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Emily
just
Blunt.
watched that. It's goofy. It's got some decent scenes. I don't hate all the digital effects. I don't hate all of them. Let me make that clear.
Right.
But
Mhm.
it was interesting. I didn't hate it.
I would have loved to have seen what Rick Baker was going to do.
Yes.
With the practicals. He is, and most artists, they understand. He knows how legendary, an American Werewolf in London is for the transformation scenes and the practical effects. And the fact that he wanted to challenge himself to top that, like he literally said that. I just would have loved to have seen what he could have done, But anyways, well, I guess we'll never know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think this really counts as a remake, but I mean, it is from an original story, and they did make movies and stuff about it before. But what about like Sleepy Hollow?
Ooh, I liked Sleepy Hollow.
With
Johnny
Depp and
that was a pretty good remake.
Christopher Walken and Johnny Depp and stuff like that. Yeah, like. Yeah, I don't know, because it's not like a direct sequel. Like, it's not like there was an original Sleepy Hollow, but it is the Ichabod Crane story that's been made into movies 1,000 times. So or cartoons and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's just something that popped in mind. Sleepy Hollow.
Like, be a headless cowbell. Cowbell.
I love that. I got a fever. The only prescription is more cowbell.
That's right.
We should.
Man, dude. I got an obscure movie for you, Fate, and guys. Tell me if you've ever seen this movie. And it's called All American Murder with Christopher Walken, and it came out in like 87, 88. Check it out. Google it. It's a story about a guy. Okay, it's a kid who's like college kid going on campus, and he's kind of an oddball, doesn't really fit in, and he's a crush on this really attractive young, really attractive like cheerleader type, preppy girl, whole thing. Anyway, she's a real, what, rhymes with witch, and so she. Long story short,
what word is that, Craven? Hannah, what word are you trying to say?
The word, it sounds like witch, but it does not. It's spelled differently. So anyway, Fate. So I'm gonna give you. I'm not gonna spoil the movie. All I'm gonna tell you is this: that a murder happens, or someone dies, and then bodies start hitting the floor all over campus. And Christopher Walken's the detective on the case, just trying to solve it. And this guy, this awkward kid, is the lead suspect. And he has 24 hours to prove his innocence. And so it's interesting. It's worth watching, I think. It's not like it's not like a Scream or something, but it's not bad. And it's great watch party material night. If you haven't seen it, we should add it to our 80s watch party list.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Russell is
American
saying
Murder.
it's on. Russell's saying it's on Tubi, so we can watch it for free.
Oh, there you
There's
go.
nothing better than free.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, real quick too, Marquise in the chat, what's going on? Saying, do you think it's going to be more blood and gore in Scream 6 than Terrifier 2 was? No.
No.
Definitely not.
That
No
was an easy
way.
one.
Yeah.
I would love to say yes to that. Trust me, but yeah, no.
No,
Nothing's
there's-
gonna top
I think
that.
I think we should. Yeah,
No.
I think
Think
we should
what?
talk about like the elephant in the room that people have wanted us to talk about, even from the last stream, and that is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
think we should
Look,
talk
man,
about that remake. Because
Can I say something? And I'm a huge, well, obviously we all are fans of Wes. And I love the original movie so much. I really do. And I went to go see the remake in the theater, and I just left. I was just kind of like, you know what I mean? That it's not
Yeah.
that it's not the worst movie of all time. It's not. It has moments, and it had a very interesting, because we did this for in a live stream, and we railed on this movie so much, but we tried to talk about the positive things, and there are some, like the whole idea of the micro naps. That was actually a pretty intriguing little thing that they didn't follow through on. And I was like, you guys had it right there. But man, the CGI, the way they portrayed Nancy, God, man, it just thinking about it gets me all riled up. But what do you guys think? I don't want to keep ranting.
I just want to put my 2 cents in there about the remake real quick, and then I'll shut up. I love the original by a country mile more than the remake, but the opening scene to the remake is fucking amazing. Like, it does not get enough credit, and unfortunately it gets roped into the rest of that movie. But if you just watch the first 10 minutes of that movie, it's fucking awesome. And then it totally loses me by the time you get past the first funeral scene. But man, I don't know. The first time I watched that, I'm like, oh my God, Freddy Krueger's fucking scary. You know, I was like, this is awesome. And then you get more into the movie and you're just like, oh.
what did you guys think of Jackie's portrayal?
Same thing goes with what I just said. It's great in the opening, and then it completely loses me as it goes on.
Well, what about you, Steven? Or what about you, Fate? As far as like Jackie or whatever else.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it short and sweet, man. I despise this movie. Listen, this one and Zombies 2 are like bed buddies. They're sleeping together because they're in a relation. They're in a very, very committed relationship, and it's happening outside of my house because I want nothing to do with either one of those. So yeah, I'm sorry. It was terrible, and that's why I'm so happy that the Craven estate now owns the rights to the Nightmare, and so it's back to them and out of New Line's hands. So whoever does another Nightmare movie, whether it's Blum or anyone else, Craven Estate has to agree and sign off on the script. So if they'll ever get it done with, with Jonathan and his sister, that's his son, and his widow, if they will all agree on a script, I am going to be so optimistic about the remake, the next one, because I know they would not approve garbage, and they're not going to do that. It's this Wes's legacy, and the family says yes or no. So that, I know I'm not talking about the remake, but my point is, I think the next one, I'm not going to be nervous about like I was the last one because of that fact. Yeah.
All right. Catch you later, Carrie.
See ya, Carrie.
Thanks for hanging.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you, Fate?
Yeah, so the man, the remake is just awful. Okay. I mean, look, it has its moments, stuff like that. I agree. But to just the story, like I felt like they had such an easy way to go about it, and they just were like, how can we F this up? Like, that's kind of how it feels to me. It's like It's like you could have just kept it rather simplistic, and then, but I don't know. I just think like there's not really much to go in. I do agree. Like the opening was really cool. I like that. But I just like the lines, the aesthetics, and I know that they were trying to make it look more like a burn victim. Like I know that they were trying to make it more true to form, but like it's not like it just to me it just looked weird.
Right.
You know, and look, Jackie did his best job with the material he had. I think he gets a lot of bad. I don't think he was a very good choice, period, for him. Nothing against his acting or anything like that. I just think that just the look. I just and stature, all that stuff. I don't know. I wasn't really big on it, but I thought he did a good job considering what the material he had to work with. But I just think it's outside of the first 10 minutes, I thought it was just a terrible movie. Not very good at all.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about the makeup too, like you said, they were trying to get a realistic look of a burn victim, and I get that, but what it takes away is the facial features, right? Because the thing about the Freddy makeup, Robert's makeup, even in the lesser, because when he was in, I think it might have been 5 or 6. I wasn't really big into the way they changed the makeup. They did mess around with the makeup throughout some of the movies, but you could see his face, his cheeks, his nose, and it was something that you could kind of identify with more. Yeah. Whereas with Jackie, it was just so blank is not the word, but you guys get what I mean. There weren't any features that you could hold on to. It just didn't have anything there for me, And I think it's a missed opportunity because Freddy doesn't have a mask, but it's his burned face. That burned face. When I was a kid and I saw those first 3 Nightmare movies, that face scared the crap out of me. I could see that face. It looked the way it did. So I think that was a missed opportunity. It really was. It really, really was.
Yeah, it's like the original design is sharper, if that's weird. Robert Englund has sharper features, and then they kind of smoothed that all down for Jackie Earle Haley's performance.
Yeah,
because of what you were saying, it's more realistic. But I don't know, it takes away from it.
Oh, and thank you, Kirby. But Jackie's facial features too, even without makeup, his facial features are kind of God, I'm trying to think of the word, but you guys know what I'm saying. He just doesn't have strong facial features like Robert anyways. And it is what it is. Yeah. Robert has that the cheek and the you guys know what I'm saying. Anyways,
he's got some nice cheeks. I feel
he does. When he talks, when Robert talks, his whole face is kind of there's a certain, you could just grab onto that, whereas with Jackie it's not as prominent. So you put Jackie in the makeup and he's even more hidden, I guess is what I'm kind of saying, which obviously was a downside for his Freddy Krueger. But I also wasn't a big fan of Rooney Mara's performance as Nancy, and I know that she was sleep deprived and all of that type of stuff, but it just didn't do anything for me. It really didn't.
The characters are another big drawback with the Nightmare remake. I'm just not. They don't move the needle for me at all.
Right.
That's what I was talking about. It completely loses me in that funeral scene we get right after the opening scene. That's strictly because I don't care about the characters. there's nothing really big set up about them. That's oh man, I really care about these people. This is cool. They don't. They just kind of don't do that. And then the whole third act with Freddy Krueger is just him quoting other lines from the rest of the other movies.
Yeah.
And I just think that's such a weird choice to randomly do that out of nowhere too. There's a lot of weird things about that movie, but those are the two big what the fucks.
Yeah, I agree. Even Amanda Weiss is Tina, even though she was kind of playing the Janet Leigh in a way as far as getting killed. You thought we were following her in the original movie, but I think she was great as Tina, whereas in the remake, I can't remember the actress's name. I should. But anyways, I didn't really connect with her, the same way. And so I just think that across the board, they just had missed opportunities. And I don't know why the hell, I know because I know how studios, how they usually think about this type of thing. But when you have those special effects that just did not look good. You know, most of them, not all of them, but like, you know, when Freddy's coming out of the wall, that's an iconic shot, you know? And to think that a movie, you know, 30 years newer or whatever looked worse.
It was almost
you
like a
know?
low budget.
Exactly, dude.
Yes. Yes.
Like that's a practical effect that goes under the radar a lot, like the
Yeah.
latex wall and all that. And it's fucking awesome. Like it's such a great idea
is.
for a scare, and then they just kind of do it. It's like it's the Thing remake. It's the same thing. It's like why would they do this digitally when it was like it's known for its awesome practical effects? Same with the original Nightmare. It's bizarre, man. I don't know.
I mean,
That
look at
scene
like
is
the
still
bed of
effective.
blood. Like the bed of blood, like where the blood is shooting to
Yeah.
the ceiling and stuff. The way they did that. and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
It's just
Another great point. And
I mean, all of that stuff. The whole spinning room is a practical set Wes had built so that they could rotate and nail everything. I mean, that's like you don't, you know, not to say that people won't still do that kind of stuff, but today someone would slap those images into a laptop in a Mac and just rotate it on the screen, and it's over. Print it, and it's like, you know, there's something about that real practical stuff that connects to me at a more real level because it doesn't take me out. Like some of it's CGI, some of it's okay, but some of it literally, the minute I see it's computer generated, it takes me out of the scene.
Right.
I can't get into it again anymore. It's like, oh yeah, they're making a movie. But when I see that real stuff happening, like it looks real, and it's like real materials, real things happening. Organic. That's the word. Thank you. It keeps me engaged, and I would take that all day long. Advanced in so many amazing ways since the 80s, but we've digressed in a lot of our ways, I think, of horror filmmaking, because the further we get away from those days where you had to go to a company and say generate it, that you had to go build it yourself or find talented carpenters or talented effects guys or gals that can really do stuff with their hands and make it. That stuff there, I hope we never lose that fine art of that stuff, because it's, you know, say what you will about the Halloween trilogy, but Christopher Nelson killed it in the special effects. All three of them were fantastic effects. And that's, to me, that should be indisputable. So, anyway, that's my little rant, I guess. You know, because I just hope, and that's one thing about these older movies, especially, that just I love to see, and they're so charming because they're actually doing the work.
Right.
They're not
blood, sweat, and tears, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Rob Bottin had to go to the hospital at the end of working on The Thing, because he was literally working every day. He stayed on set, slept there on set. He had to go to the hospital. He had pneumonia. He was exhaustion and something else. I can't remember, but like he worked himself almost to death, you know, working on those special effects for the Thing. You know, he had to call Stan Winston in to help because there was so many things he was working on. He had to call the equally great, rest in peace, Stan Winston, to work on that scene with the dogs in the kennel. That was Stan Winston that did that, not Rob Bottin. So it's like, it just shows the blood, sweat, and tears that a lot of these older films had, and unfortunately we don't use it at that level anymore because of CGI, and it's an art. It really is.
It's one of the. I feel like it's coming back. You know, the 2010s and the 2000s. It's was one of those times where it was just such a heavy reliance, especially the 2000s, on with some like rare outliers that like had these awesome practical effects. The Descent, I think, is a great example. But then most of the movies at the time kind of relied on the digital effects, and it sucks. Now we're finally getting back to that, though. Like Terrifier 2 is leading the way with practical effects. I mean, listen, from movies from the past 10 years, Terrifier 2 blows anything else out of the water when it comes to practical effects. And that is fucking awesome. I feel like we're going to see a lot more of that in more movies moving forward, I think.
I really hope so. And Hollywood Guy in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, if you can't get Robert to be in the remake of Elm Street, who do you guys want to replace him? We've talked about this before. It's
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon is one person.
Hey,
we've
man.
talked about, absolutely.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon. I'm fine with that. Seriously.
I still like this is such a I know this is a weird choice, but I still just would love to see Glenn Howerton try to play this character. I don't know. I'm just as a big Always Sunny fan, I would just love to see his take on it. I think it might be interesting. He's got my biggest thing too is he's got the face for it. Like, you know, we were just talking about how like Robert Englund has like sharper features and stuff. Glenn Howerton has that like sharper chin and the longer like aristocratic nose and all that. I think he could do it really well. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I agree with that.
What's his name? I'm gonna look him up. Glenn what?
Glenn Howerton.
Howerton.
If you just look up like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, he's Dennis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Dude,
Hey, Ronan.
his side profile's a little like Robert Englund.
That's my point. He kind of has a similar look. And
He does.
played like on the show, Dennis, like it's a joke most of the time. They played as a joke, but he's kind of like a sociopath. Like he's kind of crazy on the show, and he does it really well. I'm like, I would love to see him play like goofy Freddy Krueger. I would love to see his take on that. I think it could be really cool. So I don't know, it's just a thought.
No, I agree with that. Absolutely.
We need Red Right Hand to blow up and get you into Hollywood for the
Right?
remake, and you can cast them and cast all of
Or
us.
Jake could play Freddy. He's got the prominent features.
You got
I
some of the
would-
sharp images that England has. Facial
I would do
images.
anything to
Yeah.
play Freddy Krueger. That would be insane.
Yeah, you would.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
And that's saying a lot.
Anything, Vic? Anything?
anything
Oh.
anything on anything. Yeah.
Let me see what I can
wow.
do, buddy.
Let me see what I can
See
do,
what I
buddy.
can do.
Good God, man. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, look, we're going to, jeez, we're going to get ready to end the stream up on that note.
$20 is $20, man. That's all
Yeah,
I gotta
I
say.
guess so. My God.
$20
Wow.
bucks.
Have your mouth.
Oh, wait a
Jake.
second. Kirby's asking, what is Red Right Hand? Jake, you need to
Oh,
share
there
with
you go.
Kirby. Let's inform Kirby what this is about.
Always a good time to self-promote, gentlemen. But yeah, so
Right.
Red Right Hand is a Scream fan film coming to my YouTube channel real soon here. We're just putting some finishing touches on it. Should be done. We just got the rough cut done, so I got an editor coming in and just polishing everything, saying, hey, that's fucking stupid, fix that, basically. So that comes out December 20th on my YouTube channel. It's a full-length movie, and it's all about the Scream. It's all about the Scream franchise. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Go watch the trailer. You'll get a good feel for it there. So go check it out.
Yeah.
Scream, baby.
It's a Scream, baby.
Scream, baby.
And Jake, you're going to be streaming tonight, right? You're in a little bit, right?
In like 10
All right.
minutes. Oh yeah.
In 10 minutes. So definitely, you guys go over to KillJoy Jake's channel, check him out, and give a like to the stream and hang out with him. What about you, Steven and Fade? Are you guys streaming tonight or anything?
I am not. I
Okay.
might be on right now. Go to Nanette's channel over on the Entertainment Hideout. I think she's in the chat to watch the original Hellraiser tonight. So Hellraiser watch party over there. If I'm feeling up to it, I gotta admit, I'm really run down right now, and I'm pushing hard to make it for the show today. So I don't know if I'm gonna have any life left in me. Well, I'm gonna say that. I don't know if I'm gonna have any energy left in me tonight. But if I am, I'll meet you there at 9:30. Otherwise, I will be streaming tomorrow night for my
All
usual
right.
Saturday night stream at 9:30 Central Time.
Sounds cool. How about you, Fade?
I will, but not on Fate Decided. I'll be streaming on the sports channel, on the Laker channel. As soon as the game's over. Laker game starts at 5, so around 7:30 I'll be doing that. That's usually pretty
All right.
good.
Which
Just
would be
hits
10,
just
10:30
past
Eastern, right?
well, no, so the game, it'd be over 7:30 ish. So whenever that game's over, wherever you are in the East Coast, West Coast, Central Time,
Yeah.
if you want to go over there, I'd appreciate it. We just passed 6,000 subscribers over there. Not too bad for
Woohoo!
like 4 months or whatever, 4.5 months I'm at.
It's outstanding.
All right. Very
On
cool.
the road. So yeah.
All right. And I will be streaming at, in an hour at 8:30, a little bit over an hour. We'll be coming to the end of our Saw franchise reviews, which we'll be talking about Spiral and why people should give it respect. So anyways,
Yes.
yes, if you want to, please stop by the Nightwatch Zone at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a little bit more than an hour from now. Woohoo! All right.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. All right. So anyways, for you guys in live chat, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Please, if you have not liked the stream, please do so. It really helps to support us. We'd really, really love it. And leave us a comment. Let us know some more. I know we didn't get to everyone's ideas about remakes and originals because we could have kept talking about that forever. But let us know in the comment section down below, and maybe we'll continue the conversation next time. So we will catch you guys later. The collective has spoken. Peace.
Bye.